Okay, so we are out at Horror Fields in Sawmills, North Carolina, close to Hickory, Lenora, Granite Falls area. We've been here before. I've been here a lot. Horror Fields is kind of became like a staple in this area. The same group of people that do Horror Fields have continued to do Horror Fields for a long time. Before this, they were in other haunts around the area, so they have been around for, I guess, going on 20 years now. A lot of them have worked together. So they did really good. They've stayed rooted in like hometown stuff, like pallet built, you know, everything like boots on the ground style stuff, no high budget crazy stuff. She went with me last year. That's her first experience with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it?
Yep.
Yeah, so they usually switch things up every year, so it's usually pretty cool to come see what they've did. They're very inventive. They take very little and they make a lot with it, which is pretty cool. Whereas some of the haunts we go to have tons and tons and tons of money to put in, these guys do everything themselves. They don't have these high budgets to put in, so a lot of their creativity shines through, which is what I find pretty interesting most of the time. And all the people are very good actors at what they do. So we're gonna go in. You got anything to say?
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. That's your catchphrase now.
I think so.
Okay, we're going in. Okay, so we just got out of Horror Fields out here in Sawmills, North Carolina, north of Hickory. So first off, I went to a lot of haunted houses and trails. This one's completely unlike any of them. I can say that. Really the only similarities is there's clowns here.
And chainsaws.
And chainsaws, yeah. But I mean, you're gonna see that everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's where the similarities end. When you go through, you can definitely see that, you know, it's not high budget. Absolutely. Like you can tell it's repurposed wood, pallets, stuff like that. Now, when you think about that, it's pretty impressive because the scope is pretty huge.
Yeah, and they put a ton of work into it.
Yeah, the fact that all this stuff was built by repurposed stuff and these guys build it some of the stuff's like what, way over my head.
Yeah.
Like some of the buildings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, you're looking at 12 foot or more tall, and the fact that somebody hand built all this stuff, and then at the end of the season, most of the stuff's probably gonna get tore down. That's pretty impressive. I will say, you see a lot of the haunted attraction voices that you always hear that I can't stand, but it's inevitable. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like the generic haunted house voice. So you do get that, but I will say there was not a boring actor in here.
No.
Everybody was cranked to 11 on the acting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were like full energy, like ridiculous. If you're an ICP fan, you'll love this place because there's a lot of ICP. At one point, I actually heard Cradle of Filth too, which was nice to hear because I've never heard Cradle of Filth in a haunted attraction before. So I can say that. They did this really cool thing that I thought was pretty neat with the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
tunnel
that's cool.
covered in stuffed animals that you have to climb through. Like, that's cool. I've never seen that anywhere before.
You almost didn't make it.
I almost didn't make it. There almost wasn't enough room for me to go through it. That was probably my favorite part of the whole thing, was the tunnel of stuffed animals. I also enjoyed, like, there were several parts where there was like giant clown heads and you walked through the mouth of it, and they were made really well.
Yeah.
Like, they were pretty cool. What were some of your favorite parts?
Definitely my favorite part was the preacher.
Okay, yeah, the preacher was great.
Definitely.
We won't tell you why,
Yeah.
but if you go through, you'll see the preacher and you'll be like, okay, yeah, he's great.
And just like you said, everybody had a really high energy, you know, was playing their characters really well, and
Right.
maybe got a little too close to you.
Yeah, they do get really, really close.
But
Really, really close.
they were all doing well.
Yeah, they all did do really well. There's a lot of kids in
Yeah,
this,
a lot of
like,
kids.
acting
Watch
in
where
this.
you're walking.
Yeah, watch, because they'll be crawling and stuff. But the kids, like, are having fun. They're doing a really good job. Like, the kids get a lot of props because they did great.
Yeah.
There's a guy at one point that guided us through, like a thin dude. We were talking about it coming
yeah.
out. He was extremely nice and extremely
It's
helpful.
funny and
Yeah, he was good. He didn't do the haunted attraction voice, like, oh, you know. He was just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, I like that guy. He was really nice. He was cool. Other than that, some of the set pieces were really good in the fact that everything's homemade, like homegrown. Like, that's what you've got to realize going into here, that everything is made from something else. Everything is repurposed. Everything is found and put into these scenes. So that's pretty cool. At one point, you go through a school like room, and I don't know if you noticed, but all on the wall there was artwork and like kids' work on the wall. I went up close and looked at it. It's actually somebody's kids' work. Like,
okay.
It's actually graded tests and stuff.
There you go.
So that was kind of neat. But yeah, the kids get props. Like, they did really good. It was nice to see them like having fun and doing stuff. But it's actually pretty affordable. This is actually one of the more affordable haunts. It's not long lines or anything like that. They move through pretty fast. You don't really have guides for the most part. You kind of move at your own pace. Go slow. Enjoy the craftsmanship, because that's what I like. I love pallet built stuff. So.
And I walk too fast.
And she walks too fast, but she has to go in the front because she's shorter than me, and I don't want her to see my back the whole time.
Sorry.
So, but she did well. Any closing remarks?
Not really. I mean, we had a good time, and
Yeah, it's definitely not bad by any means, but it's not high budget. Whereas Woods of Terror and original Hollywood Horror Show are on one end of the spectrum, where they put tons of money in Hollywood effects and stuff. This is on the other side of everything. Takes creativity and they repurpose and they make something from very little, and it looks more. So it's really good. If you like that kind of thing, which I think you will. A lot of creativity and originality shines through. So I liked it. I had fun. There's always something new here. So if you can't make it this year, next year when you go, it's going to be something totally new. So the guys do a great job out here. So thumbs up. I appreciate all the enthusiasm and creativity that you guys bring every year. Anything else?
that's it.
We're going to McDonald's now.
Yes.
See you later.